Someone has requested a threading video for the White VS IIb sewing machine. This is mine. It's from 1891, and these are great machines. And you can see right now I have a red spool of thread at the top, but I also have a white thread that was left over. I had been sewing with this from a cone of thread. So this is still threaded with what was attached to the cone. I'm going to rethread it in the red, but since this is in there anyway, I thought I'd show you. You're going to come from the spool right here. I use this spool for the sewing thread, and I use this spool to wind the bobbin. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's what I do. So your thread would be on here, and you come from the spool. There is a thread guide right here that is round, and I think you can see that you put the thread in between the two discs that are there, like that. It then comes straight down, and this is almost a flat plate up against the machine. And you bring the thread down underneath that flat plate and back up over to the left. There is a thread guide right here that you then bring the thread up through the thread guide. But what I find usually is that when I'm doing this, for example, if I come around this flat disc, I bring the thread all the way over to here and then bring it back and go through the thread guide. You want it really around behind that tension disc right here. It then goes to the thread guide for the needle bar, which is right here, and there's a little clip on the side. It's not a hole that you thread it through. There's a clip on the side, and the thread, you bring the thread into this clip and straight down. It then goes straight down to the needle. And I'll bring the needle back up again. And there is a very small thread guide right to the left of the needle. And then this machine gets threaded from the left to the right. So let me put the camera down and do it again in the red thread. Sorry, it's a little shaky there. Okay, so let's take this out of here. I'll just let that hang for a minute. And here's my red thread. It always helps to have a spool felt on the machines. I've found that with all the machines I have. So here's the red. I go right between those two tension discs, like I said, straight down around the back of the disc like that. I bring it up, straight up, and then come back with a little bit of a loose thread and pull it up like that. Then when we get over here, like I said, this is really a clip on the side, and you pull this one. This clip on this one is very tight, so you pull the thread down through that clip, straight down the front, through the thread guide, in front of the needle, and then you thread the needle from left to right. So let's look at that path again. Here's the thread. The thread leads off the back of the spool, in between the two discs, behind, and then let me pull it a little bit more tight. pull it up to here and then come back and go through this thread guide to the clip here. You can barely see the clip. I can't even fit my fingernail in there, but there's a little clip right there that you pull the thread into, and then go straight down the faceplate of the machine to the thread guide just above the needle, and then thread the needle from left to right. And that is the threading only of the 1891 White VS IIb. And in another video I will show you how to thread the bobbin.